Hey, what's up?
Hello Miles, my name is Shoaib. I am student of Rehan School Tuition Academy.
Nice to meet you, Shue. You've been on a roll with these interviews lately. What's on the agenda for today?
Today I am going to interview with you. Topic sorry not sorry. How this modern phrase evolved.
Wait, murder threat? I'm assuming that's a bit of a glitch in the translation and you mean modern trend. Let me know if I'm way off, but if we're talking trends, I'm down. Where do you want to start?
Can you tell us sorry not sorry mean in simple words and why people use this phrase?
Basically, it's a way of saying, I know this might bother you, but I'm not actually sorry I did it. People use it when they want to be honest about their choices without feeling the need to apologize for them. It's a confidence move. You know what I'm saying? Like owning your vibe instead of playing it safe.
How did the phrase sorry not sorry become popular, especially on social media?
It's basically the ultimate caption for the internet age. Social media is all about curation and confidence. When people post something a bit controversial or just unapologetically themselves, sorry, not sorry becomes the perfect shield. It lets them acknowledge the possible backlash while simultaneously saying they don't care. It turned into a meme because it's short, punchy, and fits that main character energy everyone's chasing. I could tell you more about how it differs from a real apology if you want.
What is difference between saying I am sorry and saying sorry not sorry?
The total 180 in terms of energy. When you say I'm sorry, you're basically owning a mistake and trying to make things right. But it's about the other person. But sorry, not sorry is all about you. You're acknowledging that you broke a social rule, but you're doing it with a shrug. One is a bridge to fix a relationship, the other is more like a flag planting your ground. Makes sense, right?
Why do people use sorry not sorry when they are not actually feeling sorry for something they said or did?
Because for some people, a fake apology feels worse than just being blunt. If you say I'm sorry when you don't mean it, you're basically lying to keep the peace. Sorry, not sorry is like a shortcut to being authentic. It's a way to avoid that awkward performance of regret while still acknowledging that the other person is probably annoyed. It's definitely a bolder way to handle a situation.
Do you think sorry not sorry should sound funny, confident, or rude something? Can you explain why?
It's a mix, honestly. It sounds confident because you're basically telling the world you're okay with your choices, even the messy ones. But it can definitely sound funny, almost like a wink, because you're playing with the idea of an apology without actually giving one. It's a bit cheeky, you know? It depends entirely on who's saying it and how they're saying it.
Can you tell us how young people use sorry not sorry in daily conversation and online posts?
Online, it's almost always a vibe check. In text or captions, is usually used for the small stuff like posting a photo of a huge dessert while everyone's on a diet or admitting you're obsessed with a song that everyone else hates. It's like a playful way to be guilty without actually feeling guilty. In a real time call, it's a bit different. It usually comes out as a joke when someone makes a bold comment or a hot take. It keeps the mood light so the other person knows you're being provocative on purpose, not actually trying to start a fight. It's basically a social safety net for being a little bit of a menace.
How has the meaning of sorry not sorry changed over years?
I think it's shifted from being a genuine statement of confidence to more of a social shorthand. At first, it felt like a rebellious way to stand your ground. Now it's almost like a stylistic choice. It's less about the sorry part and more about the I'm doing my own thing part. To basically become a way to signal that you're in on the joke of social expectations. Does that track with how you've heard it used?
Can you give us simple example of when we can use the phrase sorry not sorry?
Keep it simple. Imagine you just ate the last slice of pizza that everyone wanted. You could look at your friends and say, I just couldn't help myself. Sorry, not sorry. It's the perfect way to admit you did something a little selfish, but you're not actually regretting the pizza. Pretty dope, right?
Why do think short phrases like sorry not sorry become popular so quickly?
It's all about the speed of the internet. When a phrase is short and punchy, it becomes like a digital currency. People see it on a TikTok or a tweet, realize it captures a feeling they already have, and start using it to fit in or signal that they're part of the same cultural wave. It spreads like wildfire because it's a low effort way to communicate a high energy attitude. Plus, humans love a good shortcut for complex emotions. You want to be honest but not rude, confident but not aggressive. Sorry, not sorry does all that in 3 words. Very cool, right?
What does the popularity of sorry not sorry tell us about the way people communicate today?
It tells me that people are leaning way more into authenticity, or at least the performance of it. There's this shift away from the old school social rules where you're supposed to be polite and blend in. Now, there's a lot more value placed on owning your opinions and your quirks, even if they rub people the wrong way. It's like we're moving from a please, excuse me culture to a this is just who I am culture. It's a lot more direct and honestly a lot more honest about where we stand. You, you think that's a good thing for how people get along?
Do you think this phrase will remain popular in future or will people replace it with the new phrase why?
Honestly, it'll probably get replaced. The internet moves way too fast for any one phrase to stay the king for long. Once a term becomes too mainstream or starts being used by everyone, the trendsetters usually ditch it for something that feels fresher and more exclusive. It'll eventually become a time capsule for this specific era. I bet some new, even shorter way to express that same energy will pop up and take its place. That's just how the cycle works. You know what I'm saying?
What is your final message about the word sorry not sorry?
I'd say the biggest takeaway is that it's all about balance. Confidence is great and owning your truth is dope, but don't let it replace actual empathy. There's a time to be unapologetic about who you are and a time to actually be sorry when you've hurt someone. The magic is knowing which one to use when. Keep that balance and you're golden.
Thank you, Miles. Nice to meet you. Okay, bye.
Likewise, it was a blast chatting with you. Catch you next time. Bye.